What is up, my ninjas? Shinobi here with another Diablo 3 update for you guys. Today they put out patch 2.0.6, which is pretty interesting. I wanted to go over a couple of the changes that they made here, some of my opinions about it, and things like that. Just hanging out with the kitty here. He's all passed out behind me, and I was just going through and reading some of the stuff as I saw it go up. You know, I keep up to date with what's going on in Diablo, even if I'm not really playing that much. However, you know, with 2.0.6 being out now, we're just closing that gap to get to 2.1. Hopefully we're going to see some kind of PTR pretty soon, and you know, then I can make a full return back to the game and really throw myself back into the game. But is there enough in this patch that's going to make me want to come back and play? Maybe. Some things seem a little interesting, but let's go ahead and take a look exactly what is in here. The link will be down below if you want to go ahead and read it all. I'm not going to read everything word for word, and I will pop some stuff up on the screen showing you some for instances of stuff that we're talking about here. The barbarian changes here. Now, the animation for the speed animation for leap has been increased. So before, people were complaining that the female barbarian could leap quicker than the male barbarian. And, you know, when you use things like the Lutsocks, you know, you're trying to get those earthquakes over and over and over again. So people kind of felt like they were forced to play the female barbarian. However, they didn't do exactly what I thought they were going to do. The new speed is now faster than it was for both male and female. So I bet they made some kind of balances in there. They probably just don't want to admit it, but it's probably the exact same speed now for both of them, because I can't really see them making both of them exactly the same amount faster, and then the female would still be faster at leaping. So yeah, then the animation speed for Earthquake has been slightly increased as well. So some good news for the barbarians out there. Help you get a little bit more of those earthquakes off. The monk here, they are, you know, they've been talking about making a lot of changes to the monk. It's one class that I've kind of stayed away from in Reaper of Souls, because I feel like it's one of the weakest classes in the game. And, you know, for good reason. There's, you know, a lot of their set bonuses and stuff just aren't as strong as a lot of the other set bonuses out there for other classes. It says they wanted to make some changes to momentum, and they did make a couple changes to it. But I think they're going to be doing some more changes as well. So with momentum, they did actually change reducing the distance required from 30 to 25 yards. Damage bonus increased from 15% to 20%, and then duration increased to 6 seconds. So just like a buff there for the monk there, just trying to get people to enjoy their monk a little bit more, making some fixes, but I feel like there's a lot more fixes that need to be done with the monk. They did it with the Crusader, and they can do it with the monk, so hopefully we'll see that. Coming down here, we have some interesting news that I'm sure a lot of people are interested in. Increase the drop rates of all class-specific set items. So I don't know if you guys can read this stuff very well. I'll just zoom in a little bit more. So you have the affected sets by this: be Immortal Kings, Natalia's Vengeance, Ina's Mantra, Zunimas, Tal Rasha, Legacy of, you know, you have the Barb set, Crusader set, you know, Marauder set, which is nice. I've been wanting to get to my Marauder set on my Demon Hunter. It's like the one set that I haven't even gone after and I've really wanted. So maybe play the Demon Hunter and go for Marauder set. Thousand Storms, Helltooth, Firebirds. Yeah, Might of Earth too, which is nice with the whole, you know, increase with the, you know, with the Earthquake set going on there. So, you know, maybe going to see a little bit of a buff for the barbs when people have been thinking the barbs have been really strong, and, you know, just getting a little bit better for the barbs. So if you play a barb, that's good news for you. Then, you know, the Veer set and all these other sets. Zunimas set, which is really nice, that's been increased. I wonder if they've all been increased equally, or if they're increased differently depending on, you know, because if like Helltooth has the same drop chance as Zunimas, I mean, Zunimas is just better than Helltooth, so you know, so I think that that'd be kind of weird if they did that, but I guess we don't know until we actually test, and even then we probably wouldn't even know. But this change will affect the drop rates for all sources, including monsters, chests, destructibles, Kadala, everything like that. So I've been noticing a lot of people have been getting a lot of set pieces from Kadala. Kadala, in my opinion, has turned into like the new auction house if you think about it. I mean, the auction house was essentially was essentially, you know, I have gold, I have currency, and I want to get something from the auction house. I'm going to use that currency and get that item. And it was a very quick process, and a lot of players didn't like the auction house because it was more efficient to use the auction house than it was to play the game, so most people didn't even play the game. However, with Kadala it's a little bit different. I'm not saying exactly like the auction house, but you still are spending blood shards currency to buy items in there. It just takes longer because you're not guaranteed to get those items. So it's essentially like using the auction house and then closing your eyes and buying an item, and maybe you got lucky and bought the one that you wanted or something. But, you know, that's just kind of the feeling I've had with Kadala for a while. What do you guys think? That's going to be like the question of the day. Do you guys think that Kadala is something that should be in the game? It should be something that makes the game a little too easy and should be taken out? Is it just a way of cutting corners instead of killing monsters? The main way to get items should always be killing monsters, and a lot of times people are getting items even more from doing Kadala. So, you know, with this increase here also affecting Kadala, Kadala is still going to be this best way to farm a bunch of items. Just get a bunch of, you know, blood shards and stuff, and just do it up. So yeah. Anyway, so getting into class-specific stuff here. So they're talking a little bit more about the monk, things that they want to do. You guys can go ahead and read through all of this. It's all just like increases and stuff. Like I said, I haven't really played monk in a while. So now, you guys know that they took away the requirement for the white items, you know, those ascended items that you need to get in order to craft your legendaries and crafting. And a lot of people really liked that. I personally really liked it. I thought it was just an inconvenience to have to go and find one of these crappy items from an armor rack or a weapon rack or something like that. So this is pretty cool, because what they decided to do is we are removing the requirement for unique items when crafting legendaries. So what that means is no more of having to get those, you know, go kill this random name mob just to farm him over and over again, you know, to get that material needed. Now you just need, you know, the actual materials that you get on a regular basis. Instead of having to go out of your way to go kill something just so you can craft that item, it's something that'll be more fluid. So you'll be able to go through the game and actually experience the game. You can literally go and do rifts all day long, and then you can craft legendary items. And in my opinion, crafting legendary items, as they even stated here, is a stepping stone to the endgame items. So, I mean, they're not endgame items that you're going to be crafting, so, you know, why should it be so difficult? You know, I mean, a lot of players, you know, have had a really tough time trying to craft specific items because it will just never drop off the name mob, unique mob, you know. So I do think this is really good. I'm glad that they did this. What do you guys think? You put that down below in the comment section. Unique crafting materials are no longer required, and then legendary crafting materials will no longer drop. And then we have here, existing legendary crafting materials will now be gray and have their sell prices increase. So now those ones that are sitting in your stash will be able to just vendor all of them, and there you go. You can make some use out of them. Level 70 crafted set items, sets and legendary items with unique properties now require additional Death's Breath. So that's good. I mean, you still have to put a little bit more effort into it. It's not a complete nerf like they're practically handing you items, but it's a little bit more difficult. And level 70 crafted legendary items without unique properties have their Death's Breath cost removed. Okay, well that's good. I mean, those items are just not very good to begin with, so, you know, easier to get them. Death's Breath is no longer required for most artisan training costs, which doesn't really matter. A lot of people probably have that trained, no problem. The Mystic no longer requires Death's Breath to train, which is, I guess that's alright. The Blacksmith and the Jeweler now only require one each to learn the first rank up to 11, so just more of that ranking up stuff. And then we have the user interface information here. Now, percent skills damage bonus will now be displayed in the details thing. Same with elemental, same with paragon bonuses and such. That's really cool. It's something people have been asking for a long time. People have been asking for it before Rebirth Souls even came out. So the fact that we have this now is great. You can really keep an eye on your stats, and that's really cool. What do you guys think? Some things to think about. talk in the description, talk down below. You can check this out in the links down below as well and everything like that. And yeah, so make sure you check out the live stream. Maybe playing some Diablo pretty soon. We'll see. Maybe try and get that Marauder set. And I'm sure that patch 2.1 is not that far away, so might be nice to get back into it and play a little bit, and you know, just kind of gear up some of the characters and all that kind of stuff. So thanks guys for checking out the video. Make sure you hit like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until next time, my name's Shinobi, and thanks for watching.